so cool. Just in case anyone doesn't know who I am, the gentleman. Thank you. How is everybody today? It's beautiful out here. Thank you so much for having me. I feel really honored. This is so much fun. And being here with people from the film and from the old series and everything, it's so cool to see how this story has spanned so many generations and so many different groups of people. So thank you. I feel honored very much.
Well, you gave a big warm welcome to Allison. How about a big welcome for Mr. Ned Beatty? Ladies and gentlemen, certainly no introduction needed here. Let's please welcome Lois Lane, Noel, Neill. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the committee in the city of Metropolis of the 30th Annual Superman Celebration, we want to welcome you to the Q&A of our superstars that came in to help us celebrate our 30th anniversary. Well, once again, we want to introduce our stars to you. She's known as Chloe Sullivan, one of Clark Kent's good friends on the CW hit series, Smallville. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please welcome Miss Allison Mack. Our next superstar, let me tell you, I have watched just about every movie Ned Beatty has performed in. They go back to 1972, times of Judge Roy Bean, Nashville in 1975, Stroker Ace in 1983, The Big Easy in 1987, and of course, Superman the movie. Ladies and gentlemen, a big welcome for Mr. Ned Beatty. And of course, our third superstar, no introduction being necessary here. She's the First Lady of Metropolis, Illinois, Lois Lane, Noel, Neill. All right, where is the mic girl? There she is. Okay, we're going to open it up for some questions. I'm going to open it up first. My first question is for Ned. Back in 1983, you starred as in the Stroker Ace movie. How hard was it to have Lonnie Anderson as your assistant?
I had a wonderful love scene in my mind to play with Lonnie Anderson. And the dark-headed kid who's part Native American, named Burt Reynolds, blew the whole thing up.
All right, thank you so much, Ned. All right, who's got some questions? Raise your hands. Okay, let's go right back here. I bet you I know where this question's headed.
Our question is for Allison. Of her 3 seasons featured, which is your favorite hair?
I think season 4. like the way that my hair is done now. It's good. It's easy. I can just wake up and go. The other ones took hours. It was a little ridiculous. So I like staying low maintenance.
Okay, raise your hand. Right behind you there. The lady right there with those glasses.
This is for Allison. Allison, my son is here with me. He's a little bit shy, but he really thinks a lot about you, and he made a special CD for you.
Wonderful.
And a special picture for you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's one of the best parts about this job is you get to share art with other people. Thank you very much.
Okay, next. Gentleman right here. Sitting down there with the sunglasses on his cap. There we go.
This is for Allison Mack. Assuming next season is the last season of Smallville, do you know what you're going to be doing beyond that?
I have no idea. Hopefully making more things. I love what I do and I want to continue doing it. And I'm totally inspired by all the actors around me. So once Smallville's done, I'll just be looking for the next job, and then the next, and the next, and the next, and just keep making stuff.
Next. Right here.
I'd like to ask Noel, for you, what was the difference between playing Lois in the serials and the television show? And which of either did you enjoy more? Yes. For you, what was the difference in playing Lois in the two serials and then Lois later in the TV show? And which of either of the two did you enjoy more?
Well, there's quite a bit of difference. Kirk Allen was actually a ballet dancer in New York, and so it made it good to learn whatever. And of course, George was actually a very good actor. He'd gone to Pasadena Playhouse and had done some good movies. And we sure miss him. We were going to do 26 more when we lost him, and so we were off. But I don't know, there's not much difference. Of course, with with George Reeves, you got to know him so much because we worked together as a family group for so long. And it was just a matter of missing him when we lost him. But we say that showbiz, on to the next one. Thank you.
Okay, who's next? Back here.
Allison. Over here. Over here. Any chance we're ever going to see a Smallville movie?
I don't think so.
Please?
Well, we've got the Superman movies out now, so I think that sort of takes care of the story on the big screen, and we'll stick to the small.
You guys are better.
Aw, thanks.
Okay, who's next? Right there.
This is for Allison. I want to know what it's like playing Chloe with getting to act with Tom Welling.
I get a kink in my neck because he's so tall. He's about a full foot taller than I am, so it gets a little uncomfortable sometimes physically. But no, Tom is an amazing man. He's very kind and generous and loving, and working with him is a real joy. He's incredibly creative and tenacious, and it's really a pleasure.
Allison, are you as good as hacking computers in real life as you do in Smallville?
I'm a total technophobe. I'm horrible on computers. horrible on computers. It's very funny. So the fact that I can pass as a computer genius in any way is actually kind of a miracle.
Okay, raise your hand.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Anybody else?
Ma'am.
Come on, right there. There's right behind you, Tina.
This question's for Ned. Did you enjoy making Shooter?
Yes, A lot of it was shot on a glacier that was north of Vancouver in Canada.
It's actually the same glacier that we shot The Fortress of Solitude on the end of season 4. It's the same. Yeah, it was the same glacier.
Danny Glover and I had long conversations, deep conversations about religion, because we couldn't figure out why we were up there on that glacier. I thought Shooter was kind of a wondrous idea, mostly because one thing I don't think we did particularly well was tell part of the story the script tried to tell, which is how there's very few people in the world at any given time that can do those kinds of shots with a rifle. And it's kind of interesting information if you start thinking about something we don't like to think about, assassinations. Anyway, no, I enjoyed it. I thought it was an interesting piece of material. Oh, and by the way, I got to say political things which they cut out. I made a comment about our vice president one scene that they just lost completely. We'll never, ever see it again.
All right, we got a question right in here, Tina.
Chloe, my favorite part is you and Clark dancing at your high school dance. What was your part with Clark?
Thank you. What's my favorite part with Clark? I like it when he has to carry me to like super speed. I always feel so like, oh, light, and you know. But yeah, no, that scene was actually really funny because he picks me up for the prom I pick him up for the prom at the farm. And they're always putting me in these super high heels because he's so much taller than I am, and they're asking me to run next to Tom Welling in high heels and usually very tight clothing. And so this was just another example of like super rocky, bizarre kind of ground, super high heels, really fitted dress, and then Tom. And I went to get out of the car and I was trying to be all elegant and I was running towards him and it was this beautiful moment and I just fell right into him. He was like, "Good morning." "Good morning, Tom."
In the season finale, what exactly happened with you and Brainiac?
In the season finale, what happened with Brainiac and I? He did his thing on me. He did his finger thing where, you know, sticks his... You guys know if you watch the show. Come on, you know, it's a finger thing. It's always so weird filming scenes like that, you know, because James Marsters is a fantastic actor, but he's sort of, he's amazing. Standing over me going like this, you know, and there's nothing there, and I'm going like that. It's like, oh, okay. No, but I think it was kind of just lending to the fact that I have this massive amount of power and healing power, and so I'm capable of healing myself and fighting negative energy. And so that was sort of an example of how I do that.
And there's also been a few departures from Smallville. How will that affect season 8?
How will that affect what?
Season 8.
We have a lot of new characters coming in.
Is it true that Justin Hartley is going to be back?
I believe Justin is coming back. I'm not sure, but I believe that that's the last that I heard is that he was coming back for a little bit.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
There we go. We get a bunch of them right in there.
I have a question for Ned and Allison. An anecdote maybe from Superman 1 and 2, working with Lex Luthor, and your take on Lex Luthor in Smallville. A story, an anecdote, anything that we would love to hear. Thank you.
You got one.
I have to do this. I have this terrible confession to make. And part of this has to be, the only excuse is I'm a golf addict. And any time there's even possibility of getting on a golf course, I usually am out there. I play sometimes 1, 2 in the morning. I have never seen Smallville, and I got to get this off my chest. It's making me nuts. But you have no idea how you make somebody want to see it. And having not seen it, and she reminded me today, we were in a movie together, a short film that was made by a student at USC. She was 8 years old. The good news is I was nice to her in the movie. I want to hear about Lex Luthor in Smallville.
Michael? Michael Rosenbaum is a fantastic actor that plays like Luthor in Smallville. I've never met anyone that can switch in and out of character as fast as Michael Rosenbaum. I don't know if anybody's had the opportunity to see him in person, but he's one of the funniest, goofiest, outrageous, silly men I've ever met. And yet, when you watch him on camera, he's like so dead on. So he'll literally go from like doing a ridiculous strip tease with Christopher Walken impersonations thrown in there to like just zooming in and telling you that he's gonna, you know, take your parents' farm and destroy your life. So he's kind of incredible. I mean, there's so many. There's always a story with Michael. He came to set one day and everybody was feeling a little low, and he kind of assumed that the energy was a little raw, so he decided to start breakdancing. And he wears like Armani suits. I mean, his clothes are really nice on the show, and so he's, you know, spinning on his back and doing pull-ups on the set to try and get everybody going. And the poor producers are like, oh God, there goes, you know, a few $1,000s in clothing. Thanks, Michael. But he's great.
Okay, I got one right here. Got a question here? Hold on just a minute. Here we go.
I really like the guest appearances of Tom Wopat and some others that came on the show. We was wondering if Noel or anybody else here might be making a special appearance.
Well, I don't know. It might be a nice deal. Yeah. I'll make the suggestion.
Tina, you got some people back here.
Hi, Allison.
Hi.
You're kind of my hero, and I was too late to get a ticket for the autograph, so it would make my life if I could have a hug.
Make your life? Oh my God, well, how can I refuse to make someone's life? That's amazing.
There you go. There could be a chance.
Okay? All right. All right, who's next?
I have.
There you go. Go for it.
I have a message for Allison. Yes. I have a question. When will you start filming back up in Vancouver? What day do you know a date yet? Or is it July or?
July.
Okay, do you have a day or?
At 6:42 a.m.
Next.
Yeah, Allison. My best friend is like obsessed about you. He's even on your fan club.
Where are you?
Right here.
Okay, cool.
My best friend is like in love with you. Is there any way I could get your picture taken with him?
Yeah, probably not right now,
okay.
But yes, I'll be around for the day. So
all
yes.
right, good, because
yes.
he needs it.
Yes, he needs it. Just like someone needs food and air.
Okay, Tina, we got some right down here. Come on up. Got a question here. We're trying to cover all the bases that we can, okay, folks? Okay, what you got?
This is for Allison. I was wondering, how do you feel about Doomsday coming to Smallville, and when is Allison and Hutch coming out?
Oh, the Allison Huck is a short film that I made with some friends of mine, and we've been sort of documenting it on my website, AllisonMack.com. It's the first time that I've ever made something from scratch, so it was kind of a cool thing. So that's what he's referring to. Allison Huck, the picture, like the film is finished. So now it's just final touch-ups and music and stuff like that. So we're going to be submitting it to film festivals this fall. And then, but I'll keep everybody posted on my website if you're interested. And then Doomsday coming to the show. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to this season. I think we're going to have the opportunity to add some really awesome new characters that we've never seen before. We're going to explore a lot of things that are a little darker than we've ever seen before on the show and kind of get away from the kryptonite stuff. So it should be, I think it'll be really exciting.
Tina, where are you at? Okay, got one right back here.
Yes, this is from Mr. Beatty. You done the first two Superman movies, and if I'm correct, you also done the Captain America movie. Which one did you enjoy the most and why?
Captain America was shot in Yugoslavia before the Iron Curtain came down. That wasn't a lot of fun. I love being the first two Superman films, but I wanted to be in more, and I was kind of sad that I wasn't in more. I think Richard Pryor took my. The only thing that made me feel any better was Richard Pryor is one of my. I'm a huge fan of his. I've worked with him a few times. I think he's the funniest man in America when he was being funny. And he kind of became the Otis of the second film. So, did I answer the question? I'm getting to that age, folks. I don't know when I do something or not.
Okay, Tina?
Hi, this is a question for Noel Neill. Noel, first I wanted to tell you that ever since I was 4 years old, I dreamed of sharing a tent with you. I didn't imagine it would be quite like this. But I wanted to ask you, in the Superman series, you were in oh, we lost it. No, there it is. You were in harm's way quite a bit. Were you ever in a dangerous or precarious situation? Did you ever feel like you were in jeopardy? Or what was one of the strangest things they made you do?
Probably our paycheck was pretty strange and small. But anyway, no, we had a wonderful special effects man, Cy Simonson, and we didn't worry. Jack used to worry about getting shot, and he said, "Oh well, Cy will save us and save us." We had Superman. We were safe. Yes.
Okay, we got one up here.
Yes, this is for Allison. Is it true that Michael and Miles and Al leaving Smallville?
Yep.
Quick answer. All right, next. Tina, where you at?
This question's for Allison. I was just wondering what your favorite episode was and why.
What's my favorite episode and why? Oh my goodness.
Any background stories, anything we'd be interested in hearing about?
Wow. I actually really liked the episode called Freak that was actually directed by Michael Rosenbaum. And I liked it for a number of different reasons. It was the episode where my character really finds out that she is, you know, has these superpowers, which I think was really cool and exciting for me just as an actress to play. And then it was also really awesome working with Michael as a director. He was incredibly passionate and emphatic and enthusiastic, and it really got everybody going, and so that was a real joy.
Next.
My question is for Mr. Beatty. I wanted to know, in your career, who have you worked with who most surprised you or defied your expectations?
Oh boy. Yeah. I don't know why. My Richard Pryor's in my mind. I have to tell you a story about Richard Pryor during the toy. Dick Donner, who was the director of Superman 1 and part of Superman 2, and he got me down there to do the toy, and I had a fairly short part. I was supposed to be in like the toy store, and then I was through. I was gonna go home. So I got through with my part. I got ready to go home. He said, "Don't go. You should stay." So he kept putting me these other small character parts which had nothing to do with the guy that I came down there to play. Well, you know, I think I'm a pretty good character actor, and I can't do that. You can't just switch horses in the middle of the stream all the time, but I did. What do you want me to say there? But we finally got to the scene where Richard Pryor and he wanted us to do an improvisation. And it was sort of a little bit of a fight scene. He brought some people to the mansion where my boss, Jackie Leeson, was living, and we had a little bit of a tussle outside, and it was about whether or not they were going to go in and stop the party or what it was, you know. And I'll tell you what, during the middle of an improvisation scene, he started saying the lines that I was thinking in my head. And I would think the line in my head of why he couldn't go in. He says, "No, I'm going to do this, even though you say," and I thought, wait a minute, I'm sorry, this is tricky. That's why he makes us laugh so easily. is because he knows what we're thinking. It has nothing to do with what he's thinking. And I must tell you also that I've worked with one other person who also does a lot of stand-up work and does comedy, and that's Lily Tomlin. But Lily is the same way. You can be having a conversation with her and she'll suddenly tell you what you're thinking. And it's a little freaky.
Okay, Tina?
My question is for Allison. Will we be seeing the caves again anytime on Smallville?
I don't know. I'm not sure. To be honest, they're really uncomfortable to film it. So we try and stay away from them because they're very, very small. So it's hard when we have an entire crew and they're trying to work. So a lot of times the sets that you see us working in a lot, like the Daily Planet and the Luther Mansion and places like that, we film in because they're much more comfortable than a lot of the other sets. So I'm not sure. We may be back, but we may not.
Okay, Tina, I got one up here.
Allison, first, this is for Allison. Allison, first I'd like to appreciate the actors and all of y'all for making me and everybody here stop everything. Like time stops when that show comes on and I don't answer the phone, I don't do anything. I'm watching Smallville and I just want to my question is, will Chloe's powers, will we see more of your powers in season 8?
You'll definitely see my powers develop in season 8, absolutely. There's so many questions that have been unanswered as far as what the powers are, how they work, and how I can control them. So I think you'll start to see me really harness them and understand what exactly I can do, which I think will be really cool. And thank you so much for that compliment. That really is wonderful. I appreciate it.
Okay, Tina.
My question is for Mr. Beatty. Sometimes I think about the Otis theme from the original Superman movie. And it seems odd to me that there was no Lex Luthor's theme, but do you ever think in your everyday life that music when you're going about your everyday and just kind of hum it to yourself? And how does it feel to have your own theme written for you?
Awesome. I suspect there's a lot of music in my head, right? And that's there too. But yeah, music is going on in the gourd a great deal of the time, and I suspect some of it is Otis theme.
Okay, Tina?
This is for Allison. Why did you decide to try out for the part of Chloe?
Because I was an out-of-work actress.
Hi, Allison. I have a question for a friend of mine here. She's a fan of Chloe and Lex, and she was wondering if you were disappointed that you didn't kiss Michael Rosenbaum.
No.
Okay, Tina.
This one's for Ned. What was it like working with Mark Wahlberg on the set?
It was good. I saw Mark when we went to see a screening of the film, and we were going through a line, you know, where different people were interviewing us for little radio spots or television spots or whatever, and I heard myself saying that I really enjoyed working with him because it was like working with another character actor. I mean, he was just there. He was doing the work, you know, and there was no star business or any of that stuff going on. And I looked back and there was Mark, who was right behind me. And I said, Mark, I really meant that, and I hope you don't mind me saying it. He said, I have never had anybody say anything that thrilled me more for another actor. So he really works at, boy, he's a pro. He's a real pro, and he just works at doing the work. I really admire him. I think we'll see him for a while.
Okay, Tina, we got one up here.
Hi, I have a question for Noel Neill. This is kind of obscure, so I apologize if you don't remember quite back this far. Hi. I happened upon an old movie called Invasion USA that you had a small part in with Phyllis Coates, one of the first Lois Lane. So I was wondering if you remember anything from that movie, if you could tell any stories from it.
She was the second Lois Lane, briefly. I stand up for myself. Well, in those days, like when I was under contract at Paramount, they would ship you out and get your salary doubled, and then they kept the money, of course, but they just paid me my stable one, but that's okay. Invasion, actually, there was a good movie, and it's a lot, if you think of it, that could happen now, horribly enough, but it's frightening. Did they get that little lady out okay?
Oh, yeah.
That was
We got it taken care of.
I thought we were in invasion. No, thank you. It was fun, and yes, we both each had a separate part, and we never saw each other. It never mattered, so I don't know. Thank you for asking.
Okay, Tina.
Hi, this is for Noel and Neill. I'm over here.
Oh, there you are.
There's two real quick ones. I'll be quick. One was the Lone Ranger episode that you acted in. How would you compare working with Clayton Moore as opposed to George Reeves?
Well, it depends on which one has the right horse. We always used to say when you were an actress, supposedly, and going out on a Western interview, the agent would always say, no, don't worry about anything, you won't get anything in the script. But you go to the wardrobe and get a Western dress and a bonnet, and go outside and kiss the horse and go home. But they were fun to do.
And one more thing.
Yeah.
This is not an advertisement, but it should be. We want to know when your statue is going to start being built. We bought a brick, my husband and I.
Oh, did you?
A couple of years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's in the chamber, and it's beautiful, the stand-up. So.
Well, actually, we saw some of the final whatever's that the horse, I was going to say, the horse is going to look like. I mean, the statue is going to look like. And hopefully they want to have it next year. Because, the problem is, where are they going to put it?
We'll find a place. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, we are starting to run low on time, so we're going to limit it to one question. I got one up here.
All right, Allison, I got a question for you. Seeing as how next season of Smallville may be the last, and there's no longer Miles and Alan and their original role of No Tights, No Flight, will we get a chance to possibly see Tom don the costume in
That was more Tom's rule than it was Alan Miles' rule.
Really?
Yeah, Tom's the one that says no flights, no tights.
So no possibility?
I'm afraid not. You'll see tights on Justin Hartley.
Okay, Tina.
My question's for Allison.
Yeah.
I was wondering when a good time to come to set was and visit.
You know what? We work really hard. So coming to set to visit, you probably won't see much because we sort of put our heads down and really go for it. The show that we do is we have 10 days to shoot the show, and we basically do what a feature film does in 3 months and 10 days. So we work 6 days a week, 13 hours a day. We don't have a whole heck of a lot of time to meet with people. So coming to things like this and signings and stuff like that, if you want to meet the actors or things like that, that's probably the best way. Yeah.
Okay, Tina, we got
sure.
one right up here. His question, for those that did not hear, he wanted the panel's opinion on the writer's strike and what they did during their downtime.
I think it's really interesting because I think it speaks to the fact that the industry is changing so drastically so quickly. And so I think it's just a real interesting testament to sort of where media is going and what it is that we're doing and the focus and how it's shifting and the power of the internet and things like that. So as far as which side I'm on, I'd rather not say, but I think that it's a really interesting thing. And what I did on my downtime was I took some time off. And I just went and spent some time with friends and family and kind of did that. Yeah.
Tina?
My question is for Allison. What is the one thing
you hope Chloe can do this 8th year?
Where are you? Wait, there you go. What's the one thing that I hope that Chloe can do this year?
Yeah.
Harness her powers. I want her to understand what she's doing and how she can do it.
Okay, Tina, we got one up here. If you can make your way over to the other side there, we'll give that group a chance. You with the Superman shirt. Come on up. He was paying attention. He knew.
My question is for Allison. I was wondering, when playing Chloe, did you have any previous experience in journalism of any kind back in school or anything before playing the role?
No, I didn't at all. But I've played characters. I think that Chloe's an incredibly intelligent character, and I think a lot of times she's a lot smarter than I am. And I've played characters that are much smarter than I am a lot of the time, and I just become good friends with my dictionary.
Okay, well, we got about 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Gentleman in the brown here.
This question is for Allison. So, personality-wise, what are the differences between you and Chloe?
I'm not as ambitious. Well, I don't know. Chloe's quite a bit more tenacious than I am. I have a tendency to be a lot more easygoing and kind of relaxed about things, whereas Chloe doesn't let anything go. And she's a little bit more hard-nosed than I am, I think, in a lot of ways. I'm just a little bit more relaxed. I think that's the biggest difference.
Good question.
I also don't think I have as much guts as she does. There are certain scenes that I'm shooting and I'm like, dude, this girl's brave.
Okay, go ahead.
Mine's for Allison, and I was wondering, well, I've heard you sing before on YouTube, and I was wondering what your favorite band was.
What my favorite band is? I like a lot of different musicians, but I think that right now, the music that's playing in my CD player, I like Beck. I don't know if you guys know Beck, but he's one of my most favorites. So let's say Beck. Yeah.
Love your singing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Tina.
Hi, my question's for Ned Beatty. I was curious if you had a chance to see Richard Donner's cut of Superman 2 and what your thoughts were of that finally being released after almost 30 years.
No, I haven't seen it. I would like to. Can I say one thing about the writer's strike thing? The writers are known in Hollywood as being the unionists. They have the strongest union of any of us. And I think that's why they got pushed out front to do the first deal making with the producers. And her feeling pretty much was that they got it where the rest of us could get it. And otherwise just leave it alone because they're so much stronger. They stick together so much better. And like actors stick together sort of, you know.
When it looks good.
Yeah, when it looks good. Anyhow, what was the question? Oh, I really didn't answer. I haven't seen it yet, but if Nick Donner's involved in it, I would love to see it. And I suspect I'm in some stuff that I've never seen.
Okay, Tina, we got one right here.
Hey, Allison. I've got a question for you. So what is like the weirdest scene they ever made you shoot on Smallville that you're like, what?
The weirdest thing they ever made me shoot on Smallville, and I was like, what? Oh my God, there have been so many. I think that when Clark burns the hole in my chest and pulls out the little tracker thing, and then that was pretty strange shooting that, because it was essentially just like staring at Tom and screaming as though he was burrowing something from lasers into my chest. That was a little strange. That was a little weird. Also, like being strapped down to tables with lasers kind of poking all over you, wearing like little tube tops and stuff. That's a bit strange as well. There's lots.
Well, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question. We want to thank you one more time, ladies and gentlemen.